Normally I wouldn't work a Saturday, but this Cybertruck case is blowing my mind. There is something extremely fishy going on, as now the law enforcement has miraculously recovered two new notes that just so happen to be on this individual's telephone that they were able to recover after the blast. I'm supposed to believe that they are his notes for why he did what he did, okay? My question is, why did he send this other email, allegedly, that's completely unhinged and talking about gravitron drones or whatever, and then this other email, this other note that was miraculously recovered by the federal government within hours from a completely destroyed vehicle, a completely destroyed phone. They were able to recover this within practically seconds, it seems like, but yet they have not recovered any information off of, the Butler, PA lunatic's phone 6 months later. 6 seconds later, we have two new remarkably coherent letters that are supposed to paint a picture. Now, one of two things, in my opinion, is true. Either this individual didn't write the first email that was covered by Shawn Ryan, or he did not write this second email, because these are absolutely bonkers. And look, these videos are getting suppressed. All I ever ask is please do your part. Help by leaving a like on it. Share it out there on social media. And I don't know if you guys know this, but obviously I do a live stream every day at 1 Eastern that I've been working really, really hard to grow. And we also have a membership program, which is the single most important way you can support me. We're working on reaching a level to release an app, which is going to have all sorts of awesome features, a members-only live stream, a server upgrade, which we already did, and we've lost some members in the new year, which I understand. But if you join as a member on thequartering.com, you support Hannah Claire, Styx Hexenhammer, Luke Rutkowski, Melanie Mack, and Gothics. 100% of this money goes to my live stream team and my operation. So in exchange for joining as a member, please consider it today before I get into the story. You get a discount on ammunition from Phoenix Ammunition, 20% off Coffee Brand Coffee, 15% off Anton's Biltong. You get a whole bunch of discounts. You get 2 to 3 members-only videos every week, only available on thequartering.com. You also get access to our members-only Discord, where you can talk directly to me and co-hosts on the show. I really, really hope you go to thequartering.com/join today. It is my most important goal in 2025 to grow this community. Please don't wait. If you're in a position to join, please consider it. 100% of the money goes back into the show. It's going to be that way probably for the entire year, because I want to grow my live show. I want to do more panels. I want to do in-person stuff, but I need to grow that first. I need to be smart about my money because, well, I'm old and lessons learned. Breaking: Las Vegas Metro Police release 2 more letters from Matthew Livelsberger, where he tells Americans to, quote, rally around Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and RFK Jr. What? So here's your radical MAGA guy that the government needs to stick on Trump, apparently. So I talked about it yesterday in the article where he's talking about gravity drones and a conspiracy and China and all this stuff. Completely unhinged stuff. Well, maybe not unhinged to the untrained eye. But I mean, you must at least admit, I know I have a lot of military people watching me now and checking me and my emails if I'm being too flippant about stuff. And I apologize for that. I don't have all the answers, but I do read your emails, I read your feedback, and I listen to it. So I don't want to make too many assumptions here. But in my opinion, the email that came out yesterday seemed like either the unhinged ramblings of somebody in a manic state, or somebody writing an email to try and make it seem that way. This email reads very differently. And why, if it's his manifesto, why the heck didn't he release it? Was he hoping that they would then recover it off his phone? How could he have known that the phone would have been able to be recovered? I mean, after in his own words, he had, plans to, his device to go, his truck to go boom, all this kind of stuff. In his own words, how could he have possibly known that this ever would have gotten out? We are the United States of America, the best people to ever exist. But right now we're terminally ill and headed towards collapse. We are crumbling because of lack of respect, morals, and respect for others. Greed and gluttony have consumed us. The top 1% decided long ago that they weren't going to bring everyone else with them. You are cattle to them. Well, that's true. We have stayed home. We have strayed from family values and corrupted our minds, and I am a prime example of having it all, but it never being enough. A lot of us around are just sitting around waiting to die. No sunlight, no steps, no fresh air, no hope. Our children are addicted to screens by the age of 2. We are filling our bodies with processed foods. Our population is too fat to join the military, yet we're facing war with China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran, all before 2030. Also true. We must take these actions if we're going to get past the next few years in one piece. We must end the war in Ukraine with negotiated settlement. It's the only way. Focus on strength and winning. Masculinity is good and men must be leaders. Strength is a deterrent and fear is the product. Weeded out those in our government and military who do not idealize. Number 2. I assume he means Second Amendment. I don't know exactly what that means. Unless he means the second point on focusing on strength and winning. The income inequality in this country and cost of living is outrageous. The number of homeless on our streets is embarrassing and disgusting. Have some pride and take care of this. Stop obsessing over diversity. We're all diverse, and DEI is a cancer. Thankfully, we rejected DEI candidate. We'll have a real president instead weekend at Bernie's. We must move on from a culture of weakness. He's talking about Biden, but Biden wasn't even running for president, to be fair. This was not a Terry attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Why did I personally do it now? I needed to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took. Consider this last sunset of 2024 and my actions, the end of our sickness and a new chapter of health for our people. Rally around Trump, Musk, and Kennedy and ride this wave to the highest hegemony for all Americans. We are second to none. This reads like a Donald Trump tweet. This is so wildly different than the other email. It's like they're trying to paint him as a radical Trump supporter. And then there was another letter. And again, why weren't these emailed? Now, if they were and it hasn't been reported, consider my question answered. But as of right now, these were quote unquote recovered by the crack team at the FBI who couldn't figure out how to get into Thomas Crooks's phone. Fellow service members, veterans, and Americans, time to wake up. We're being led by weak and feckless leadership who only serve to enrich themselves. Military and vets, move on DC starting now. Militias facilitate and augment this activity. So he's literally calling for civil war. Occupy every major road along Fed buildings and the campus of Fed buildings by the hundreds of thousands. Block the highways around with semis right after everyone gets in. Hold until the purge is complete. Try peaceful means first, but be prepared to fight to get the Dems out of federal government and military by any means necessary. They must all go, and a hard reset must occur for our country to avoid collapse. This one, obviously, far more unhinged. Far and away from the gravity drones that Shawn Ryan apparently got an email about and other people got emails about. Entirely possible that both emails are real. He did say that he was going to take some time away from social media. I don't think people are doubting the emails exist. I think they're doubting whether or not they were actually sent by Matt or someone impersonating him. For what it's worth, here's the chain. So he shows the emails. You know, what I've read, they recovered an iPhone. Proton Mail isn't compatible with Apple without a big effort with little gain. That's not true. Couldn't you just open Safari and go to a browser without the app? That doesn't make sense. I have Proton Mail on my iPhone. It's fine. But if you look at the signature line in the last photo, it says Proton Mail for Android. Might want to dig into that a little bit. So here he had an Android phone sent from Proton Mail for Android. Now maybe he had a tablet that was an Android tablet and he had a different device. Maybe he was using multiple devices, which is entirely possible. You can also see here, Green Beret nap time. We need an immediate response from Shawn Ryan about the veracity of these emails. Provide all available proof, including all technical data from the emails, so we can verify authenticity or immediately go live and redact the emails and all its contents as misinformation. Why wasn't this done from the beginning? Tim, it's a lie. All the info was wrong. The car was wrong. The format is wrong. The red spell check lines means it's in a text editor. The headline is wrong. The time format's inconsistent. This is one of the crappiest frauds I've ever seen. His first car was an 88 Mustang, not an 07. He never owned an 07 Mustang his entire life. Check this image with the space in it. Check the format on the times. This is a hoax coming from a guy who was CIA. Very, very interesting. I mean, this is very, very, very odd. Found info on Matthew Livelsberger, an alleged Cybertruck guy. Went down a rabbit hole. He used this email. Google search leads to one comment from one guy in a BMW forum with a new lead. First Stuttgarter, I think Germany, has 21 posts. Is it him? I think so. Let's ask Grok if special forces serve in Stuttgart. Yes, they do. What other posts did he make? Nothing atypical from a BMW guy. Here's a link he ever made on BM Bimmer post. Here's his car was an 08 135i Montego Blue Mad Dad Street Series exhaust. Blah, 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 blah. So he's a BMW guy, apparently. 3 tours in Afghanistan, allegedly. His Twitter, SF Berg, and Reddit posts are all under SF Berg 20. Now, he has a Twitter account, allegedly, but no posts. This is very, very odd. A lot of people believe that at least one of these emails is fake, if not both. There's a weird connection between him and Tim Kennedy now. Matthew Livelsberger and Tim Kennedy were partnered on a reality television show back on 2023. Doesn't this kind of reek of the whole Matthew Crooks was in a BlackRock ad? Again, I understand. I don't want to connect any of these dots that don't exist, but this is a very, very, very wild coincidence. I will continue to pursue this story and report to you every time I find out something new. Please do subscribe or follow down below. And if you made it this far in the video, please at least take 60 seconds to consider joining thequartering.com, getting in the Discord, watching the members' videos. I need your support. We're going to need it more than ever in 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.